I guess it's only taken Apple about 4 months to actually deliver everything we saw at WWDC. Fine, maybe 5. Because yes, we have the feature list for Apple's next iOS 15.4 software update, and it brings some pretty awesome features, finally. Google just leaked the Pixel 6a in a very weird way, and that's even for Google standards. And a new patent shows that we might be getting a very interesting feature with the AirPods Pro 2. I'm Jaime Rivera, and listen, none of you brought the car back last Friday with a full tank of gas, so you're all grounded. I'm gonna have the party. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today are coming, so let's talk about an interesting twist of events that involves two things that don't really mix well: Chromebooks and gaming. Stop looking at me funny. Yes, believe it or not, we have a new rumor claiming that we might be getting some gaming Chromebooks by the end of this year. A new report claims that companies like Lenovo and HP are working on Chromebooks that would be powered by Intel's 12th generation Alder Lake chip, and they would also include RGB keyboards, because they have to. I mean, that probably lets you know it's official. If you're wondering how this is even possible, well, last year NVIDIA announced their plans to introduce DLSS and ray tracing technologies to Chromebooks, with them even showing demos on games like Wolfenstein and The Bistro running on a Chromebook with a MediaTek chip and the RTX graphics. Sadly, the report doesn't really mention any other specifications other than the code names for these projects, which sound pretty funny. Let's see what we get by the end of this year, because I think that would be very interesting to see if they nail a cheaper price tag. Let's shift gears onto Apple and the products I'm really excited for, the upcoming AirPods Pro. We've been hearing rumors for a long time, and now that we have a possible release date this fall, we are starting to hear about new features. A new patent that was recently granted to Cupertino describes a new system that would allow AirPods Pro to automatically detect noise cancellation mode by using a hot word or keyword, kind of like Siri when you say, you know what. With the system, the user would be able to preset interrupt or authorize words that would trigger the AirPods Pro to switch between ANC and transparency mode once you say the keyword, in order to hear your surroundings whenever you need to. The system would also be able to figure out false positives, which I hope works well whenever somebody else manages to use your hot word without you knowing it. Of course, there's no way to tell if it's actually going to make a final product, but it does seem like a genius feature that would help certain circumstances. Let's see. Moving on, let's talk about Google, who just pulled a Samsung. You'll see what I mean. We know that Mountain View is prolific when it comes to the leak cycles, but we've never really seen them do it on their own. But anyways, according to a new Droid Life report, Google sent out some coloring books and Nest devices to some of their fans with some of their products drawn in outlines, and someone just spotted something interesting in the product list. It features, Google mentioning the Pixel 6a accidentally in the table of contents. For those of you thinking this was intentional, when you turn to the page listed, there's nothing there. The page doesn't even show any smartphones. The coloring book was available online and showed the Pixel 6a listed as well, but Google has just corrected the page ever since the original report came out. So yeah, the Google Pixel 6a is definitely in the works, and we're reportedly getting it as early as May, which means we're getting it back to its original release schedule. We're expecting the Pixel 6-like design with the Tensor chip in the Pixel 5a's camera, so let's wait for the hands-on video. And finally, for the hottest and actually official news today, let's talk about Apple once again and their latest software updates. I know we don't really cover these much, let alone in this segment, but this is a major one because it finally completes the iOS 15 promise, and even macOS and iPadOS. Earlier today, the company just released the beta for iOS 15.4, which includes iPadOS 15.4 and macOS 12.3. If you're wondering why it's such a big deal if it's still in beta, It's because it brings some major features we've been waiting for and even a pleasant surprise. Starting with the pleasant surprise, you can use Face ID with a mask on without the need of having an Apple Watch. It lets you set up your Face ID up again, and it takes a couple of extra scans to pick up more details in the area around your eyes in order to authenticate your face while you're wearing a mask, and it works for Apple Pay too. Universal Control is now also available as well, which lets you use your iPad and other Mac devices seamlessly while using a keyboard and trackpad on your Mac. Users online are claiming that it actually works pretty well as advertised, with the video demo getting a ton of likes on Twitter. It also brings about 37 new emojis and iCloud keychain notes, but probably the biggest other feature is that it will allow third-party developers to run animations at 120 Hz, letting them take full advantage of this feature, finally. So in today's question, let us know, how do you feel about an iPhone with Face ID working with your mask? Because, oh my God, what took you so long, Apple? Like, seriously. But anyways, that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me ground you, and Diego, too. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you over the weekend with more content.